Hello and welcome back to another character creation video. My name's Lumin and today we're having a look at Soulmask. Escaping a deadly sacrificial ritual, you find an ancient mystical mask on your journey. This mask holds potent knowledge, changing the world you knew. Face the harsh challenges of nature, survive, rally followers and build your own tribe. Explore and unveil the truths behind the enigmatic mask. So yeah, before you even make the guess, I will clarify. Open world, survival, sandbox, building, crafting, and all the rest. There's a lot of these games going around, and I love it. Also, I'm sick. I'm sorry. I'm going to sound a little nasally and whatever else. I apologize, but I really wanted to look at this character creation system. There are reasons I really wanted to look at this character creation system. Good reasons. Okay. We're going to jump in, have a peek, see what's available. This is the demo of the game. And apparently it's so full of stuff to do. I've read on various websites now that there's like 30 to 40 to 50 hours worth of content here, which is amazing. So, hey, let's see what's available for character creation. Keep in mind, this is a game that's in an early state, and there will be so much more when it actually releases. But it's fantastic to get an early look at stuff like this. So we're going to jump in, we're going to have a look at the male customization. We'll do everything that's available here. Then we'll jump in and look at female. There will be timestamps below. You'll also be able to find some links. So if you want to do a deep dive to discover all there is to discover, you can do so. Now, let us begin. First things first, you can show and hide your gear. I kind of like that you can do that, and they show different weapons every time you do it, so you can sort of get an idea for how your character will look with some armor on. But it is obviously essential that you see the character's body, because we actually have some decent sliders here. And I want to talk a lot about that when we get there. I have a lot to say. I always have a lot to say about this kind of stuff. I have one major criticism jumping into this. I want to zoom in. That's it. So please, devs, if you're watching this, that's the one thing I want. The rest of the stuff looks fantastic. Just let me zoom in on my character's face. Let me zoom in on other parts of the character when we get there. Just let me zoom in. Okay? That's it. Let's move on. So the faces, because you can't really even see what's going on with the faces. This one looks the same as that one. It's just got a slightly wider face, like they've got the jawbones out a little bit, which is nice. It's good to have options like that. This one is even wider, and then you can see they square it a little bit at the bottom. This one seems to be a little rounder, but also a little fuller. And then this one seems to be a little more... I'm not going to say serious, but the brow is a little furrowed, okay? He's got more of a Neanderthal brow compared to the other ones. It's cool. Decent faces. It's a decent selection, and to be perfectly honest, it's enough. Hairstyles. Here we go. Once again, it would be really cool if we could zoom in here. There are a few slightly unflattering hairstyles. I guess, you know, I mean, I gave the criticism about zooming in, but we're now on the hair, so we're going to do the hair talk. I got some criticisms here as well. So these styles are very much in line with the lore of the game. Okay, so it's got this mystical, tribal sort of aspect to it, and the characters are definitely being tailored towards that. And, you know, you, as a character, are jumping into this time and place. And because of it, I think that they went for hairstyles that sort of suit the time and place. However, more options equals better. So I will just say that straight up. If they can put more hairstyles in here, some shorter styles for men, it makes dudes happy if they can pick styles that sort of resonate with them. I know these things, okay? I know these things. Yeah, so there you go. Let's look at the colors. I like black. I feel like black contrasts nicely with the skin tone, which you can change, by the way. You'll see it over here. The gray is kind of nice. It's also alright, but again... more options, better. So if they could add a proper blonde here, like this is, yeah, I mean, almost it's more of a brown than a blonde. But if they could add a proper blonde, that would be fantastic. And I mean, a red style would actually probably suit this game quite nicely. Once again, though, I sort of get the feeling that we're working with a curated experience here, where they really want to give us a certain look and feel to our character, and it's cool. It's cool. Now, on to the interesting stuff. This is good. Skin tone. You can go dark, you can go light. Now, before anyone even complains, stop. No, don't. We are jumping in to a curated experience. So, you know, with the hairstyles, with the way our characters look and feel, with this, the gear and stuff that we have, and the tools and the weapons at our disposal, I'm just very strongly getting the feeling that they want us to look and feel a certain way. We are not jumping into a world where anything goes. We are not some outsider who just randomly appeared in the world, like in Pal World or whatever. We are from this place and from this time. So that's why I will immediately say, don't complain about the skin tones. I mean, if I had to criticize, I'd say, yeah, it would be cool to go paler. And, you know, the criticism is valid because, like, if a dude spends his whole life under a roof or in a cave or something, he will be paler. But genetics and breeding play a role too, I guess. Either way, I kind of like the skin tones. They look nice. They look decent on the characters. And there's enough variety. All right? Now, this is the good part. So, I didn't want to record this while sick because I was going to laugh a lot at all the stuff available here. But I really love how big they let you be versus how small they let you be. So put your finger on the screen when you have the little guy. And then you pull it all the way up. And you look. Like, the little guy is going to reach the nipple of the big guy. That's a pretty little guy. And I dig that. I love that they don't take it too seriously in that regard. And then here is something that I'm a huge fan of. So, body size. This is your weight on your character. Now, we recently looked at Enshrouded, okay? And I want to say Enshrouded was alright. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say about it. It really... It had the sliders, but it was just alright. In many cases, it wasn't even that great. Just the sliders. I'm not talking about the whole system, I mean just the sliders. This is fantastic. So this is a far more natural looking and feeling system. I don't think I've actually, in my time doing this, very often seen character creators that actually put rolls of fat on your character. Like the fat rolls on the sides here, the way everything droops and sags, this is so much more realistic. It looks so much more real. It makes so much more sense. And then if you combine that with the body fat slider, you can add muscles to it because you can have muscles and be big. And then you can also take them away and you can be smoother. I think it's fantastic. I especially think that the skinniest version is just insane. It's like freaky and kind of to look at, you know? Isn't it? Like, they've done it so realistically that I just think to myself, good God, man. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, it kind of messes with my head, dude. It's a bit much. Makes me think things that I don't want to be thinking. But this is a nicely done system. They've got realistic contours that form. They've got a lot of weight that goes to the parts of the face where the weight would go. You know, you can see it, the whole face. Like, this is so masterfully done. I don't want to go on about it too much, but I'm just saying, we just saw Enshrouded and a few other games before that do this kind of like body shape stuff, body size specifically, kind of poorly. And now we have this, and it's just rocking. This is it. This is what you want. Myth of Empires actually had a test done recently. They also do a very good body weight slider. Fantastic bodyweight slider. So I'm a big fan of this. Muscularity is nice too. It's a nice extra. And that brings us to the end of male customization. I'm going to show you what the male character looks like with the bigger body and the armor on. There you go. Put the armor on. You can see the arms actually get a lot more shredded even when you're big. It's nicely done. You can make a big character like this and you can actually look decent. It's cool. It's cool. I like it a lot. And the smallest one. There you go. It's natural. So I'm a big fan. Now, this is what I've been wanting to show you. This is why I've made this video. This is why I rushed to record it while I was sick. Female. Let's jump in. Immediately, you will notice that we have new hairstyles, faces, and we have an extra slider down here. The other thing you will notice is this. Actual jelly. I goddamn love it. I love it. I love it. Jesus. It is the most ridiculous thing, but it's just perfect. Thank you guys. Thank you for doing this. It's like they put it in there because they know gamers want it, but they put it in there jokingly. And I think that that's the kind of thing you want from a game like this. You don't want them to... Okay, listen. I don't know. Someone's going to come and leave a comment and say, but Lumin, that is realistic, and this is the way that breasts interact. Okay, man. Okay. 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 They look like jelly boobs, man. Come on. I love it. Okay, sorry. I didn't want to get distracted with that yet. We're going through the faces first. God. As on the male side, I love it. Just look at them. Look at that. Like, what the hell, man? It's well done. It's cool. As on the male side, if you preview the gear and you turn it off, then it puts different weapons on. You can see what your character would look like with the different weapons. Kind of cool. The faces. Now, I can confirm that the male and female faces work similarly. So you've got sort of the regular face, then you've got a slightly bigger face, larger chin, jawbone, stuff like that. Then you've got a slightly more chiseled version of that same one. And then you have a slightly rounder one with a slightly more serious or stern expression. But the faces, not a huge amount of variety there. It's decent though, it is decent. Hairstyles on female are nicer than the male ones because I feel like they are a little bit more usable. And I feel like for female characters, these might just make them happier than the male ones would make. Now, they are sort of mirrored in a way. You will notice that the male and female ones, it's like they both have a regular one, then like a ponytail, then this top knot kind of thing, and then the braids at the back. It's like they sort of mirror them. It would be nice to just put them all on everything and then add a few short styles. That's my criticism where this is involved. And I mean, the other criticism that I mentioned on the male side is that I want to be able to zoom in. For reasons. For many reasons. Anyway, that's the hairstyles. Let's look at the colors. I really like the black. It's a deep black. The grays are okay. They're okay. But this is something that's easy enough to add more to. I feel like they should add a nice blonde, a few nice blondes maybe, a nice red, and some other in-between ones like an orangey color or whatever, you know. Ginger hair is beautiful. Now, with that done, let's move on to the skin tone. You can be darker. You can be lighter. I spoke briefly about this on the male side, and I will just say it here too. This is a curated experience as far as I can tell. So for the hairstyles and for the skin tone, they are allowing us to make a character that fits in the confines of the world and its, let's just say, situation. So the character is being born to a place, the character lives in a place, the character is part of a tribe or people that looks a certain way. And thus we have these skin tones and these hairstyles that are most likely meaningful to that. So curated. They're giving us a role to play, we're picking up the mantle, we play in the role. Keep that in mind as we go through here. So height, fantastic. The short female actually feels quite a lot shorter than the short male. I love it. And this is some serious death by snoo stuff. Okay, I cannot get enough of it. But if I put my finger on the screen here, when I'm on the bottom end, and then I pull it up, it's like right under the breasts. The small lady, her head would fit in right there. And it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, this body size slider is everything that's right in character creation systems. It is so well done. It is incredibly well done. So they have a very realistic system where the weight gets put in all the right places. You'll even see that the female characters, they distribute the weight differently than the male characters, and it's fantastic. The male puts a lot more weight on the belly, and their fat rolls look a little different, and everything else just sort of, let's just say, squeezes around there in a different way compared to the females. Like the artists and the model creators and stuff on this game, they did a bang up job. It's really nice, especially coming from Enshrouded recently. It's sort of, and Palworld, which didn't really give you much of anything where that's concerned. It's sort of nice, you know. It's nice that it works so naturally. And this like skinny one, it's actually like deathly skinny. You can put muscles on or you can take them off. It lagged for a second there, so it didn't work. But on female, it doesn't seem to do as much as on male. Like, you know, no matter where you are, when you're skinnier, it does a little bit more, but it's like the muscularity, it is there, and you get a little bit more, but for the most part, it's pretty tame, which is fine, I suppose. It would be nice to be able to make a buffer character. A complaint, or at least a criticism that I would have, is that when you slide the body fat slider, the muscles should actually grow. Don't just do contours and shading, do actual growth on the muscles. Finally, the most important part, this is the breast slider. That's small. And that's large. There you go. Very well done. Very cool. Jelly boobs. I mean, the shape is uncanny. I love it. Put the body fat up. See what it looks like. There you go. Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. Body size down. You're welcome. Look at that. Even the little ones. Look at them go. That brings us to the end of this video. There we go. Dudes, it's not bad. It's a good start. You know, I feel like looking at this and sort of seeing the bones that they've made here, not specifically for the character that we're looking at right now, for the females or anything like that. I mean, in general, the bones of the game, It's a fantastic starting point that they can build on quite seamlessly, I would say. Effortlessly, they could add a bunch of really cool stuff to it. If they add just some more hairstyles and some more faces, some more colors, then they've already just got an awesome system on their hands. So it's really nice, especially for a demo. The models and stuff look quite nice. They look kind of nice. I'm sure when you get up close and stuff, I've looked in game, it really does hold up. And I would like it if they could put a proper zoom function here, so we can just get a little bit closer, look at the faces and stuff like that. That would be cool. But overall, I really don't have a lot of criticisms here. Like, it's looking quite good. I like to be positive instead of negative. Let's focus on what's here and what can be improved, rather than what's not, because it's nice to be positive, man. Gaming in general needs more positivity. So, yeah, this looks kind of good. And I am a fan, and I'm definitely going to be checking this out again when more gets added. Let me know what you guys think. If you've been playing this, apparently it's a meaty, beefy demo with lots of content. I'd love to hear. Absolutely love to hear. Alright? Check back here soon for more. If you'd like to support me, you can find my links below. And, yeah. You can throw money at me on Coffee, or subscribe, or, you know, follow the Twitch channel and come check the live streams out, and all the rest. So, hey. Thank you once again, dudes. Happy that.